All right, Daniel, thank you so much. Well, we are officially in wedding season as we head into those summer months, and planning for one can be a lot of fun, but its high price tag can often cause significant stress for a couple just trying to tie the knot. The high cost of venues, catering, photography, flowers, music, and much more can make the already high-stress wedding planning process even more pressure-filled. In fact, nearly half of the couples say that planning with a budget is their top planning challenge. That's according to 2022 data from The Knot, which is a wedding planning website. So how do we ease all that stress, and what tips should we consider as we are planning for the perfect wedding? Well, joining us this morning with some tips is certified financial planner Jana Morrison, who is very well versed in this topic right now.
Yes, I am very well versed. I have one daughter got married in 23, and my second one gets married this year in November.
How is that process going so far with planning with your second daughter after doing the first one?
It's just totally different. They're totally different girls, but at least I have a little experience.
Okay, so what have you kind of learned, and maybe some advice that you can give for possibly parents and even those couples who are trying to plan a wedding?
Well, I think the most important thing when you're planning on a budget is to figure out what you want, what's most important to you as a bride. You know, some brides it's more important. The venue might be more important. The DJ was very important to my first daughter.
Okay.
The dress is very important to my second daughter. And then focus a lot of your budget on that, the most important thing. And then it's very important to actually have a plan, because a lot of people don't like the word budget. It's like a evil word. But it can actually help you fulfill your goals. And so that's why it's so important.
That's what I think too. It's really all about that flexibility and that creativity there too. So how important is to kind of have that plan? Do you need like a wedding planner, or is it good to just kind of have a plan in place?
Well, you know, I have used a wedding planner for both of my girls, and I love him, you know, and he's done a great job. He makes it a lot less stressful, but you have to make sure that's in your budget, you know, and you can have full planning, partial planning, day of planning. So there's a lot of options for that too.
Okay, so we always talk about trying to be thrifty and save us a couple of bucks there. So where do you think that brides and couples can be a little bit more thrifty?
I think the venue is a good place to start. You can use parks, you can use churches. I know everybody used to get married at churches.
Right.
You can actually use friends' backyards. If you have a friend that has a lot of land in the country, or they live on a lake, that could be a good idea too. And then when you're looking at a venue, think about what they provide. Do they provide chairs? Do they provide tables, linens? Factor all that in, because that can, you know, make one a little bit more affordable than another.
Another thing that I know you mentioned is the flowers and the photography. I think that's also interesting too.
Yes, the flowers, you know, what do you want to do with your flowers? A lot of times it's better to repurpose something from the ceremony to the reception. You can use a lot of candles. That might be less expensive. I've had a lot of some friends that have used different stores, like you know, type of like a convenience store, kind of grocery store type floral department, and they've had really good outcomes with that. And photography is, again, is that something very important to you? It's important to my first daughter, and you can focus on getting them to film the most important things for you. Maybe do they need to be there to the end of the night? Maybe not.
Right.
And then you can get friends and family to take extra pictures.
And really quickly, those resale websites, talking about them on social media?
Yes, there's so many different things. Facebook Marketplace, of course, but then special resale sites within Facebook Marketplace. There's different things, because after you have the wedding, there's so many things you don't need to use again.
And somebody else can use them.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Jana, thank you so much for stopping by this morning.
You.
I know there's a lot of brides out there who's definitely going to need that.
I hope this helps some of the brides out there and some of the moms.
And probably your daughter's watching too, writing down all those notes.
Maybe so.
Jana, thank you again. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right, everyone, do not go anywhere. We have more of your top local headlines when we come back. Stay with us.